Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today I'll be showing you how I'm setting up my planner to achieve my August monthly goals in a fun and functional way. So let's get planning. And I've got these mile liners here ready to go, as well as these washi tapes I may use, and these Happy Planner sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper so I can figure out how we're going to decorate this week, or I guess this month. I am using some inserts that are coming soon to my shop. I know I promised these last month, but things have been a little hectic, so I'm hoping to get them in my shop early this month in August. So just stay tuned for that, but they're coming. Thank you guys for your patience. It's just a simple goals layout that was kind of based off of the Happy Planner Achieve Greatness goals planner that I was using at the beginning of the year. I liked it, but I always had to tweak the layout to make it fit my needs, so decided just to make a simple layout that would work and that I could decorate each month instead. It was just a little bit simpler and required less of an overhaul to make it work for me. So that said, I have these Daydreamer stickers that I'm going to be using for the theme this month. I had a Daydreamer book from Catherine over at Planogram. She sent me one a little while ago, earlier in the year. And then I also just got another accessory book of the Daydreamer from, I think it's Planned over on Instagram as well. So both of those lovely ladies were very generous with sending me some sticker books that they had in their stash that they didn't want anymore. So I'm using those for the theme. And I'm just setting it up with the major floral elements that are in there. I've cut one in half already so that I could use both sides and on the edges there. And then I'm also playing around with some washi tape, seeing what might work with these florals. I pulled a few colors. I'm not exactly sure yet how to use it, so we'll just set to the side and move on maybe to some other elements to help jazz this up a little bit. I don't need to do too much on these. They are very functional spreads, but it is nice to have a little bit of decor on these pages just to keep me interested in looking at them, since they are my goals pages and goals basically equal hard work. So anything I can do to engage with these pages and make myself more likely to do the work, I try to do it. So I've taken a few quotes there out of the accessory book, incorporating those into the floral clusters. The one I really wanted to use was the one that said big goals. And I put that down in the bottom and added in a busy quote there. And then the Happy Plans, I split that across the middle, just so that each cluster has a little bit of a quote in the same color and same styling as well, which is kind of nice. I also then decided that I was going to limit the color palette a little bit with the accessories that I was going to use, and I'm just going to stick with this coral pink color for the washi. And on a whim, decided to try this corners thing, and I really liked it. I don't think I've ever done that before. So we'll try that out for the month and see how it looks with the decor, but I think it's a nice fresh way to try to use some washi. Adds a bit of color and a little bit of interest too to the spreads. I also came across these circle goal stickers that I think are nice just for adding a bit more color. So I'm going to drop those in on the goals setting side. And then I found some rose gold little like alarm clock style stickers that I thought might be good for the weekly tasks. We'll see how they all turn out. I also have this ampersand that I thought might be good to add in, but I'm not exactly sure where at this moment, so we'll put that back for now. I'm changing my mind there on the rose gold. I don't know. It was just a little too flashy and not enough color. I'm not a big fan of metallics in my planner, usually because it depends on the angle that you view them. It really can make it hard to read, or I don't know. I just don't think it's hard to make it work, I guess, is just what I'm trying to say. Gold is the only one that I feel like tends to be okay, or, maybe like a colored one, like a green or a blue, but anything that's like a rose gold, a silver, those ones are really tricky. I feel like the rose gold always looks really dark. And then when you catch the light, then it's almost like silver where you can barely see it. So it's pink silver. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just my thoughts. Some people love metallics in their planner. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. But I'm leaning towards not my favorite. So after that long little spiel about my feelings on foiled stickers, I've started to white out the black lines where those clusters are going to touch, just to make a little bit of a cleaner background for those stickers. And I'm just using a white gel pen to do that. That is the simplest whiteout I've found that really is very useful for planning. So if you're new to planning or creative planning like this and just want some tips, pick up just a plain white opaque gel pen and use that to help you kind of clean up fine areas behind clear stickers like this. Works like a gem. So I went ahead and laid in that side cluster and then trimmed it off, saving that big piece for another spread. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim off the washi. Then we'll move on to the next page. I think everything should be dry by now, and we'll set in those stickers as well. These ones are a little bit trickier because I've already pre-cut them, so I just want to make sure they're lined up properly with the edge of the page. And then we'll drop in some of the other elements here as well. Still deciding on where I want those circle goal stickers to be, so maybe we'll just get everything else in first and then do that the last once I kind of see how the spread looks. I'm also thinking about functionality when I'm placing stickers, so those goal stickers in particular are going to be kind of in the way of me writing in those goal boxes, so I just want to make sure that I can actually use those boxes, put in the goals I have set for myself, and not be too hindered by those circles. I'm going to go ahead and lay in this last sticker cluster here at the top. Making sure everything's aligned properly. And that was pretty good, actually. I did a good job. That never happens. Usually it's really crooked or something, and in the end I'm just like, oh, I have to fix it somehow. But yeah, that went pretty smooth. Okay, so still working on these circle stickers, and I think I figured out that just having those in the top corner will be the best positioning for them. So it gives me enough room to write in a goal next to them, but also allows me to have a little bit more color there, and then maybe even do like a numbered call out just to add some, I don't know, just something else to the spread, since I am keeping it somewhat minimal, I would say, although still very pretty. Trying to figure out if I want to use some of these highlighters here on the goal side, but definitely going back and forth on whether I want to do that. Kind of like the light and airy feel of this, so maybe we'll just stick with the black. Time to write in the first goal, which is to create new items for my Etsy shop. Like I said, I'm going to number the goals in those circle stickers, so I went ahead and added those in, along with maybe labeling them as well so I know what area of my life these goals fall under. That's always just good for matching up with my vision board and my quarterly goals, which I reference when I start to build out these monthly goals. In order to achieve that first goal for the month, I have a few bullets. First, I need to build and list one new item each week. help me build up the items, devoting 3 to 5 hours each week to production, and then adding in 4 new items to the shop by August 31st being my deadline or time-sensitive element of the goal. So next we're going to move on to goal 2, and that is to make progress on my portfolio. That was a big goal of mine back in Q1, and I still have lots to do on it, so I just want to start chipping away at some of those items that are still left behind. So I'm going to try to schedule at least 1 to 2 hours a week for portfolio items. That should be enough for me to actually fit it in without overwhelming myself with work. And then next, I have to adjust the time blocks to accommodate my freelance workload. Because I have freelance coming in, I just want to make sure that I have that prioritized, and then if I have a little extra time, work on the portfolio. And then finally, I have to develop 1 project mock-up per session that I'm sitting down and able to work on this goal. So hopefully I'll end up with at least 4 mock-ups done by the end of the month. Next, we have goal 3, which is a health goal, and that is to lose 5 pounds in August through nutrition and exercise. I want to start prioritizing exercise a little bit more. First, I'm going to maintain my 1 meal a day fasting schedule, which has been working out really well for me. I feel like I have more energy, limiting my intake of food, so that's really been helpful. Also, moving 30 minutes a day or more, 6 days a week. I'm struggling to move my body since I have a lot to do at my computer, so I'm hoping that scheduling it in at least 30 minutes, that will help, trying not to overwhelm myself too much. And then finally, just keeping the kitchen stocked with clean foods and veggies and doing my weekly grocery run, which is always a challenge. Finally, we have goal number 4, which is to pack up the major zones in my home in preparation for our big move. So last month, the focus was on purging items from my house, and this month will be focused in on the packing side of things. So I'm going to gather up some storage containers and some moving boxes, make sure I have those on the ready. Also identifying the pre-packable zones in my house, things that we can do without for the next few weeks, up to 2 months maybe. And then scheduling in 4 to 6 hours each week for the pack up. Hopefully I can take my Sundays to do that. So now we're moving on to the next side, which is the weekly tasks. I'm just going to set those up for the 4 weeks in August here, just doing the date spans next to each week so I know which week I'm in. And then we want to set up which tasks I have coming up for this very first week that I know will take a majority of my time, either if it's goals, but also those other items that I work on, including producing YouTube videos, that kind of thing. So the items I'm going to put here on this checklist are to film and post Wednesday's video, Friday's video, and then prep for that live video, which is going to be on Sunday. So that will all take time from my schedule. Then I also have my freelance, which I know will be coming in and needs some work, so I'll set aside time on Tuesday and Thursday for that. Then we have the grocery run, which I will set up for Friday. Etsy custom item came in, so I need to produce that. Already started working on that for Monday and then on Tuesday as well. Packing up the storage closet will be the zone I will tackle for this first week. Building up a listing item for my Etsy shop will be next. I want to make sure I get that done, which is one of my goals. I also have an event on Friday that I don't want to forget about, so I want to make sure I schedule time for that. And then finally, I have to create my portfolio mock-up. Again, another goal that I need to fit in. I'm going to try to set out what days I think I might be able to do it, and then I have the hours span there on the left-hand side. So when I am scheduling out my week, I can reference these and make time for my goals. once I clean out these holes so I can get this back in my planner, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!